This is our normal January 11th regular council meeting. Start with a moment of silence. Amen. All right, so apparently Warren wants all of us to be sworn in at the same time, except maybe Scott.
Well,
Mike,
and he
Mike,
did it
okay.
last month, so.
That's right.
Everybody.
So just us three have to be sworn in.
You get to do it again.
You do it again.
So,
Let's go ahead
You'll
and do this.
stand. I made it a little bit easier for you guys this time, so we can do a little bit bigger chunks. It's on the screen. So raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I,
Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully discharge the duties of. Fill in blank.
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
Of the town of Tallulah Falls, Georgia. I will not knowingly permit my vote to be influenced by fear, favor, affection, or reward, and in all things pertaining to my office, I will be governed by the public good and the interest of the town.
I will not knowingly permit my vote to be influenced by fear, favor, affection, or reward.
And all things pertaining to my office.
I will be governed by the public good and interest of yourself.
I will observe the provisions of the charter, ordinances, and regulations of the town of Tallulah Falls, and I will support and defend the constitutions of the state of Georgia and the United States of America.
I
I will observe the provisions of the charter, ordinances, and regulations of the town of Tallulah Falls, and I will support and defend the Constitution of the state of Georgia and the United States of America.
I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state that I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia.
I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, that I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia.
I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
I
I'm not the holder of any accounting about what I can do this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
I have been a resident of the town of Tallulah Falls for more than 6 months and am otherwise qualified to hold this office by the commission and laws of the state and the charter and ordinances of the town of Tallulah Falls. So help me God.
I've been a resident of the town of Tallulah Falls for more than 6 months and am otherwise qualified to hold this office by the Constitution and laws of the state, charter, ordinances of the town of Tallulah Falls. So help me God.
Congratulations.
And I need autographs before y'all leave, so
All right.
don't escape.
All right, so for our organizational section of the meeting, we need to come up with someone who's gonna play mayor pro tem. This would be the person that would sit in if the mayor's unavailable or unable to perform their duties. They also are all of our checks require 2 signatures, so they become one of the signatories as well in case the mayor can't be available, because Linda's the other signatory. So with that being said, I don't know who you guys would feel would be best fill that position.
I nominate Jimmy,
Okay,
because he's got experience.
yeah, he does have experience from. Look at that. Well,
new guy.
it actually kind of sort of worked out in my head kind of that way, because I'd like for Craig to stay on as our street commissioner. Scott's already our water commissioner. I'd like him to continue. Mike helps with the fire department and does stuff, so he could be our public safety commissioner, which would leave.
Paul
No,
Mike's
second.
place.
I'll second.
Second that. All right, all in favor? Unanimous. Vote for himself. All right, I would recommend that we continue with our city attorney, Warren Tillery, with Smith, Welch, Webb, and White. So Scott makes that motion.
Second.
Mike seconds, all in favor, unanimous. We do have a new contract for them.
Mhm.
All right. We need to appoint an auditor for the town, and that's been Jolie Mixon with Mixon and Mixon Associates. She's been doing a great job. So Scott's gonna make the motion, we retain her. Have a second? Jimmy makes seconds that, all in favor? Unanimous? All right, and, then need approval to, maintain the appointment for council liaisons as mentioned before. Craig would be streets, Scott water, and Mike with, as public safety. Scott makes that motion. Craig seconds, all in favor? Unanimous? All right. Do we have our 2024 meeting dates? If there's anything in there that's objectionable, we can always change them later if we need to. Notice that 2 of the work sessions dates were shifted because of holidays or other time, some other time deal. So unless there's a objection, go ahead and have a motion to accept those dates. Scott makes the motion, Mike seconds, all in favor? Starting to feel like an auctioneer. All right, need to get a motion to accept our consent agenda. Scott makes the motion, Craig seconds, all in favor? Unanimous? Linda's keeping up, so.
My shorthand.
I was gonna You're gonna give her a little pause there. We don't have an attorney report, so going on to old business, we have the revised DNR agreement. Drone agreement with DNR. Warren said he really didn't have any real problems with their red lines. He just wanted to make sure that we were aware of them. And if we're okay with them, then he'd be okay with it also. One of them is that the data would still be available to us, but we would just have to do an open records request. So they're a bureaucracy like anybody else.
Yeah.
They like to have that paperwork, so I didn't see that would be a major problem. But it'd still be our data. We just have to, in order to get it, we just do an open records request. Let's see, there was an indemnification, something he was talking about. Basically as anticipated, they would be able to use the drone for other operations besides just here in town. Which I feel like is a fine idea because it keeps their pilot train, keeps that muscle memory going.
How far out will it be? What if they need it and it's in South Georgia?
I think it would stay with the division that's in this region. I think that's the idea. Can't say for sure, but I still feel like it's not a bad idea. So we have the other 2 units that we can use. And I'm trying to get with them so that they can turn in reports. We used it the other day. Oh my gosh. We used the drone from Raven County the other day because we thought someone drove the car off in the gorge. We get a phone call. Someone's driven a car off and it's in the bottom of the gorge. So they told us where they were standing when they saw the vehicle. And we ended up flying a drone out and it was a dock float. So it saved us having to climb down there trying to figure out what we were looking at because the drone can get down and find it. So that was nice to have. And if it had been a car, we would have been able to assess.
How
the
long did
situation.
it take to get to that point? And
About 10 minutes.
really?
Yeah, it was pretty quick. So, I think it's about 10 minutes.
10 minutes for less.
That's quick.
Because they had located it. I was at Toccoa, about to turn in there at Home Depot, and I turned around to come back to this and arrived just after they had realized it was a joke. So there's within that time frame. I was driving fast, so if y'all don't see any problems with that, I would say that we go ahead and accept it.
All right, so I'll make a motion to accept the agreement.
All right, so Scott seconds, all in favor? Unanimous, all right. Next order of business will be an appointment to the DDA to take Joey's seat, who is on council. Now, the rule, some of y'all know, the rule is that we can appoint someone from council to be on DDA, or we can appoint someone else. So I think Craig had been asked if he would take that seat. He said he was willing, but he's busy. So I reached out to Joey to see if maybe he wanted to continue. He said he'd let me know something by Wednesday or by, this weekend that's coming up. So unless y'all want to go ahead and appoint someone tonight, we can table this until next month and see what Joey says, unless Craig's just dying to.
Either way, I'm just saying, if there's someone willing to do it, then great. But if they're not, I'll take care of it.
Joey's got the experience, he's been.
Right.
So,
Well, he's been the treasurer for so many years now it's kind of hard to pass. Sometimes it's hard to pass off, but I don't know. They don't go through that much money in the DDA.
But it is a responsibility that needs to be filled, and so there has been a thought, oh, okay, who would be the treasurer? So,
Right.
we would love to have Craig. You couldn't put Craig as being the treasurer. We wouldn't want to put that on, but so,
Okay.
yeah, it would be nice to have.
So they've got enough members to have a quorum for their next meeting. So they're in town.
do you
Because
guys
one of them
want
is out of town.
to table?
Yeah, we'll need a motion to table. So Scott's gonna make the motion.
Second.
Mike seconds. All in favor? All right, that'll be on the next agenda. Really are no mayor's comments this month. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor to public comment.
Went to the P and Z meeting last night and, it was brought up about the, different ordinances that the, P and Z's been working on over time, and we just wondering when we might see like a tree ordinance in place or the sign ordinance, and just wondering what is, the priority that the city council sees for, getting that stuff done.
Yeah, I've pulled the dust off of a lot of those and started looking back through them. Yeah, we got the sign ordinance, we got the tree ordinance, and there was another one.
The construction.
Oh, well, the noise never came to us. Are they
Well,
working?
they made their recommendation.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay. I didn't-
It just that we haven't seen it in ordinance form, but
Okay. Okay, so
they
noise,
did.
but that's gonna probably fall under just a regular ordinance, so it doesn't go through P and Z. Right, so that'd just be because we already have a nuisance ordinance that addresses noise, like if someone's being too loud. So we'd have to amend that, but it's in the regular ordinances instead of zone, so, yeah, we can pick that one up. I've got that back on my radar and on my list now that we've moved some other things off the table and we're done with some of that. Other than like a few loose ends we've got to tie up on those issues. So,
Do we want to look at a workshop date and maybe?
I'd like to get the documents put together and any modifications made in their hands before we set up a workshop. So they have time to read through them. So hopefully by next month, I'll have those ready, at least something ready for you guys to look at. And maybe we'll set up a workshop at the next council meeting. So. Anything else? Go ahead.
It's been really nice on River Street having that, expansion of the road there on the mountainside, I'll call it. Would there be any chance of that getting paved?
Not anytime soon.
Not soon.
But would
just
that be a
money-wise.
possibility at some point?
Yeah,
We'd have to work on the drainage and some clearing and some other stuff. But really the move over was, if we end up putting the safety rail on the other side, it's gonna feel really squeezed.
right there where those trees are.
You know, for the light side, if you put a safety rail down through there, believe it or not, it will feel a lot tighter. That's why that was for drainage, even though the drainage doesn't look that great. It's for people running off into the water puddles.
Yeah.
You know, so you could run over and pass somebody safely without trying to move over to the lake side.
Yeah.
Was really the goal. And we were thinking about this 2 or 3 years ago, you know, when I first came, but we just now got it on the LMIG and had to go ahead and push it through. But if we put the safety rail on, it's really gonna squeeze traffic. That's mainly for that side. You know, we can give more people, I feel like you have a little bit more room, especially in your curve there. There's culvert there that drops straight off.
Oh, it's.
And the road was literally 12 foot wide paved there
It's the narrowest
in
point.
the curve, right where the drop off is.
It's-
So that's why I wanted to really push that over to give it a fill, so when you come down the mountain, you can get over to the right. That make any sense?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this is just one step. We put the DAB in there fairly thick, so it can be it down over a year or two, and then when we get ready to pave, we'll be able to just clip it. We put the asphalt in, and it'll be a good sound soak rate. Even though we do have some water stuff, we got some finishing dress to do, some rock removal. Still got a lot of little stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'll work on.
Yeah, there's some-
And we got some grassing to do, we know that. It's just,
So there's still more work that's gonna be done.
yeah, just clean up so it'll look better, right?
Yeah, and there by the pond, where the pond area is,
Yeah.
there's some trees that are gonna have to be taken down, and we're gonna have to do something with their root system. Because we can't just knock them over because of the gas line being right there. And among other things, so we're gonna have to
Yeah,
plan ahead, so it'll be a little more expensive to do that, so we're gonna have to wait as LMIG money comes in for some of that stuff, so.
Well, I've definitely been utilizing that little area over there when
Good, we need
reading traffic.
we need to
and
pack
it's-
down.
It's
that's-
Just-
very
It's mainly
comfortable
for
to drive
passing.
on.
yeah, it's just mainly made for passing.
Yeah,
You still drive on asphalt like you used to.
Yeah.
Just if you see someone, you can actually pull over
if it's,
away from the lakeside.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely.
That's the key.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
And it won't sink.
Yeah.
Well, and you feel safe going over. I mean, because before you didn't really feel too safe going over because there would be and then it'd be like
Right,
getting off road, but now it doesn't feel so much like you're getting off road. You're just getting off the pavement onto what feels like a solid surface.
yeah, that's the plan for that, we still have some LMIG projects left on this go around, but we gotta wait for the weather to warm up enough to do asphalt work. So there are some more places around town we got targeted. And then I think they just released the application for LMIG for this year.
Yeah, it's open right now. You have to do it before.
Yeah, I gotta give the, some, what we wanna do. It's like 16,000, about 83,000 left in spots, plus or minus. What I've got calculated, we'll go over, to see, figure out what we want to do. Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Lynn and I spoke after the meeting yesterday. I'm wondering if maybe if there's some older people that have stuff in their yard, not yard waste, but like old lawnmowers and stuff that they can't physically remove themselves, that maybe myself and a few other people could get together on a periodic basis and, let it be known that we go and pick this stuff up and bring it to the
Just to try
landfill
to
or
clean
something.
up the area a little bit, if there's somebody maybe, I don't know if there's anyone in this town disabled, how many elderly people we have, but we'd be willing, we have a truck,
Yeah, okay, I'm sure Carl would be happy to help with something like that too.
Oh, okay.
So, he's always into doing little projects like that, but Tanya and Chris can probably help get word out, or at least see if y'all can target, or not target, that's the wrong term, but identify certain areas.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff, it looked like it's been sitting there for a while, and I don't know, if somebody does has a job done on their place and then they can't handle the waste or something, I've got a big pickup truck with a gantry crane and
Oh,
stuff
wow.
like that, so if they had like a big mower or something that needed to go to the dump.
Go need a gantry crane for a project.
Yeah.
I was
It's
gonna
something we'll
suggest,
put out by email if we
That's what I was saying.
identify the date.
We don't have a bulletin board or anything, but,
I know there are email things, so. Yeah, we'll see what we can come up with and maybe coordinate something with you. Okay, it'd be great.
Yeah, let me know what I can do.
All right. Any more? Nothing else? All right, we do not need executive session. So I'm gonna go ahead and call for a motion to adjourn.
Please go.
Yeah, you should. Greg makes the motion. We have a second.
We're not ready yet.
Scott seconds, all in favor? Unanimous? All right, don't forget, we gotta sign some papers up here.
What work are they doing over here at the dam? The contractors?
We're replacing the grate